Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. We have a treat for you today as the Necrons face off against the Drukhari. Let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to another Battle Report. Today, a treat after eons of absence. John the Cron is back on the channel. He's brought his Necrons, and I am playing my Drukhari. So let's dive into the armies, let's dive into the mission, let's get to deployment, and play a game of Warhammer. And here we have 2,000 points of pure Coven, except for the one unit of Cabalite Warriors. Why? Because they're Cabalite Warriors. After playing against Dustin in the last battle report, I decided to do some work. As you can tell, I put a lot of work and effort into making all my grotesques and all my racks look the same. I painted. I did a lot of painting. I've got Urian Rakarth, who's my warlord, a homunculus with the Crucible of Malediction, 2 units of 10 racks, 1 unit of 10 Cabalite Warriors, 3 units of 5 Mandrakes, 3 units of 3 grotesques, all with liquefier guns. Then we have 2 units of 2 Talos with liquefier gun, macro scalpel, gauntlet, and twin haywires, a Kronos, a Raider, 2 Venoms, and 3 units of Scourge with dark lances. And there you have it, folks. 2,000 points on the nose. Very excited to try it.
Hello, and we have 2,000 points on the dot of Necron glory. Cool. So, it's a very simple list. We have Trazyn the Infinite, the Warlord, who is leading a unit of 10 Lich Guard. He is accompanied by a Technomancer with a Staff of Light and a Canoptic Cloak, and the 2 Crypto Thralls that come with the unit. We have a squad of 3 Canoptic Wraiths. We have a Monolith with 4 Death Rays, a Doom Scythe, and a Tesseract Vault. We have a Triarch Stalker, and we have a Transcendent Satan with the Sempiternal Weave. All right, and that is, and a Hexmark Destroyer.
Sweet. Pew, 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 pew. 2,000 points. It's a very interesting list concept. I love it. In today's mission, we have Purge the Foe as our primary objective. Of course, kill more, hold more. Very straightforward. We have Crucible Battle as our deployment, and our mission special is Delayed Reserves, with things being put in reserve might not show up on time and when you need them. And here we are after deployment. John decided to be the attacker, the aggressor, because that's what he is, aggressor. I decided to be the defender. Well, I defended. Look at that deployment. Looks really fun. Of course, we're gonna, because there's more terrain and more awkward places than it is normally, like for movement and stuff, we will be liberal for the big stuff so that it doesn't like detract from the game. But normally in tournaments, you know like what the layouts are, but this is more of a thematic style board. So I've got Urian and 10 racks, grotesques. And we're back. So I did split the 10 Cabalite Warriors into the 2 Venoms. So I've got 5 with all the guns here, 5 with no upgrades over here. I've got 10 racks with Homunculus here, 3 more grotesques. I've got Scourge and Mandrakes kind of hiding back here. I've got my Kronos in the center, ready to kind of go one way or the other. Then I've got 2 units of 2 Talos, ready to haywire the hell out of that Monolith, hopefully, and another unit of grotesques kind of screening out this corner from the Transcendent Satan. And there you have it. In terms of John's deployment, he's gone all out. He left his Doom Scythe in reserve, but he's got Wraiths, he's got his Transcendent, the big Tesseract Vault, Lich Guard filled with characters, the Hexmark, we've got the little Stalker back here, just zoning out the backboard with his big butt, and then we've got the Monolith just moving up and trying to get onto this objective here. So there you have it. The stage is set, a classic on the channel. Let's dive in to the game. Are you ready, John?
I'm so ready.
Okay, let's see who has to go first. I rolled a 4.
I rolled not a flat die. There we go.
I rolled not a flat dice. That's a new standard here on the channel. So, Dark Eldar turn number 1. Let's see what we can do. Of course, today's scoring is brought to you by miniwargamingforge.com. You can actually get one of these. I told Matthew, I was like, where is it? He's like, oh, we haven't set it up yet. And that was like maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So hopefully by the time you see this, you can get one. I'm the defender, so green dice. John's the attacker, so red dice. Primary, secondary scoring. Turn number 1, we each get a command point. Okay, so what do I get? Cleanse and extend battle lines. 2 ones that are going to be possible. Awesome. So cleanse, get onto objectives in the midboard and do an action on them. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. And extend battle lines, that shouldn't be too much of an issue either. Okay, so with that, gonna get aggressive. I think I'm going to just push. I'm gonna basically push as much as I can up this way. I'm gonna stay out of charge range of the Lich Guard because I don't want to deal with them yet. I really just have to try and take down some of these big things, and I have no idea how tough they are, so I'm going to find out. Let's see if Haywire / Lances usually can do some work, but we'll see. With that, let's dive into the movement phase. We'll be right back. End of my movement phase. I decided to disembark this unit of cavalry. They're going to do a cleanse on that objective. Then the Venom was able to move up to that objective, and it's going to cleanse on that objective. Then I also advanced my Raider. It can move 20 inches with an advance. So it just flew up the side of the board. Uri and Rakarth and his Rax are in that Raider. These grotesques just stayed close behind. I decided I lied. I'm going to try and snipe out the character. So I've got my 2 sniper rifles and a couple of racks there. Sure. Maybe do some damage to the Lich Guard. We'll see. Maybe shoot the Tesseract Vault if I need to. So all 12 Dark Lances are pointing at the toughness 12 model, and all my Haywires are pointing at the toughness 14 model to try and do some work on that as well. I don't know if I'll kill it, but who knows? Sometimes Dark Lances just murder everything with like 2 shots, and sometimes they don't do anything. So it's usually very hit or miss, with my Chronos in the middle to make sure the pain token bubble is emanating from the entirety of its thing. But trying to sort of like turn this again into hammer and anvil, zoning out the back of the board so that the Satan can't teleport places, and essentially trying to create it into sort of this and then push into that way as well, with some like threat out this way. I know it's all about maneuverability and movement, but I'm excited. I want Uri and Rakarth and his friends to go and fight some Lich Guard. I think that'd be very hilarious. The same as this unit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. With that, let's dive into the shooting phase, and we'll be right back. End of the shooting phase equals the end of my turn. I did put 12 damage on that monolith. And I did put 10 damage on this Tesseract Vault, because you actually made some 4 Bimbals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still alive. They're still kicking, which is great. However, I was able to do a cleanse on this objective, on that objective, for 5 points. And for extend my battle lines, I hold 1 or more objective in No Man's Land, and I do hold my home objective for another 5 points. So let's go to the scoreboard. So here you go, 2 scored secondaries. It brings me up to 10 points on secondary scored. And I didn't kill anything, so I do not get a point for killing, which is going to be big in the next turn, because John just has to kill 1 thing to kill more to get him up on the primary score. So turn number 1 for the Necrons. We each go up a command point. Yay. Cards.
All right, let's see. Overwhelming force.
Kill stuff on objectives.
Ooh, and assassination.
Kill a character.
Ooh.
Very cool. So with that, we're on to the turn.
All right, so let's take a look. We need to deal with these Talos, because I have a feeling if I get rid of the anti-tank, these tanks will just run rampant. So we're gonna push this way and see what happens. The Vault is gonna try and move up and pressure that other flank. And we'll see what the Lich Guard are gonna do.
I love it.
Okay, so short and simple movement phase. The monolith has moved up to do some work. The Tesseract Vault has moved into the center to pressure on the Raider. The Lich Guard are just running straight up the middle because we've got some Cavalites to kill, and the sneaky little Wraiths have decided to move around the corner. I did zip the Transcendent over to here just so that I have a nice little screen in the back, because he's really not worried about being held down. That's better.
There you go. Okay, so shooting. We'll see how much damage you can do in your shooting phase with the big beasties.
We did some shooting. The Tesseract Vault shot and nearly wiped out all of the racks.
There's a lot of Tesla shots. However, I did use a -1 to wound on... Look at these cool counters I got. -1 to wound on the 1 Talus unit, which helped it survive the death rays. And I only lost 1 Talus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heat ray failed to really connect, but it allowed me to strip the cover, and I killed 1 more grotesque.
That's right.
Pretty neat.
You have a couple of charges you want to do.
I do.
You have a 6-inch charge here with the Lich Guard, and you've got a 10-inch charge with the Wraith. Which one do you want to do first?
And a 5-inch charge with my
cool.
monolith.
And the Monolith's also going to jump in. Now, however, the Monolith is battle shocked because of having lost so many wounds last turn, which gave me a pain token, which is really cool. So which one do you want to do first?
We will do into your little Cabalites.
Okay, roll me a 6 to get in. And if you do, poor Cabalites be dead.
I'll see your 6 and I'll raise you another 6.
Okay, well, apparently the Lich Guard have come to play today. Awesome. So in the charge phase, you did try and re-roll this Tesseract Vault into the Raider and failed twice. They failed. Lich Guard moved up, and Monolith is going to go try and destroy a Venom. Monoliths are actually scary good in combat, I'll have you know. They have like a good attack. So he's going to try and stop me from holding more by killing that Venom. So with that though, let's dive into the shooting phase, the combat phase. We'll come back and show you. However, it's if he kills anything at all, which might just be the little Cabalite Warriors, and maybe the Venom and the Cabalite Warriors, but that would actually give him like a bunch of points. So let's come back after the fight phase. Oh, what do you think? Of course, if you're enjoying the battle report, make sure you like this video. Leave a comment down below and suggest anything if you'd like to see more cool combos or things that you'd like me to try out. It goes a long way. It doesn't cost you anything. Like, share, subscribe to the channel to help me create more content. And let's move on to the fight phase. Monolith did kill, just put 3 wounds on my Venom, and I failed 2 saves because it's 6-up saves in combat, dead. And that's that. So you'll get 3 points for that. Well, let's go to the scoreboard, but that gives you some good points. And as we go in, you do not get Assassinate. You do get Overwhelming Force for the Cabalites and the Venom. So that will give you 5 points on secondaries. What are you doing with your Assassination? So that goes. That is scored now. And that is not.
I am going to get rid of my Assassination.
Yep, get rid of Assassinate gets you a command point. However, you did kill something for 4 points, and you did kill more this battle round, which gives you 8 points on primary. As we move on to battle round number 2, where I get a command point, you get a command point. I do not hold more than you. I just hold at least 1 objective because that Monolith killed the Venom dead. And then 2 cards will be engaged on all fronts. My Mandrakes, by the way, go into Strategic Reserve at the end of the turn and investigate signals. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so I do owe a Battle Shock test on this unit over here. They are good. They're okay. And I'm essentially going to go in. I'm probably going to move and run him up. Take an Overwatch from the Hexmark Destroyer. And then try and get him within 6 inches as much as possible to just use my Crucible for a turn. I think that'll be like what I do right now to prevent stratagems and stuff and to try and get some extra pain tokens. Other than that, I'm going to try and kill the Monolith, continue to shoot at this turn, and then Urien and his cronies are probably just going to go and murder some Wraiths. At least I'm going to try. Because they're not infantry now. They're beasts.
They are beasts.
Which means my poison is not really useful against them. However, my grotesque could be useful against them. So we'll see. There's lots of options. You still have your plane to come in. And of course, got the Lich Guard break, which I'm probably going to ignore for the rest of the game. They can stay on that objective. I don't care. There's not much I can do about that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll probably move block them with just leave them right there and just leave those grotesques to die as well. Okay, so it is turn for movement. End of my movement phase. So Urien Rakarth and his Rax got out of the Raider, and they're going to get ready to get excited and kill some stuff, hopefully. The grotesques have moved up as well. This Raider got wholly within 9 of this corner to do an investigate signal. This Venom with Cavalry Warriors moved up to shoot them, potentially that. The little rack unit with the homunculus ran up to the middle of the board, got within 6 inches of both of these units. The Hexmark overwatched and killed 2 of them, so gave me a pain token. And then I've got all my Scourge ready to shoot at the big thing again. But I'm also within 8 inches to get a grenade onto that guy. And I've got my Haywire in there. So trying to kill that with like mortal wounds / devastating wounds. And then these mandrakes came in that corner. These mandrakes came into that corner. So I'll do investigate signals on 3 different corners. So not bad. Okay, let's see what I can do. And I'm going to ignore this Lich Guard brick. Why? Because what am I going to do against it? Like literally, I've got 2 grotesques there. They're just going to just stand there. And then I've got 1 homunculus over here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I could get fancy, maybe run in and try and like kill a character with the precision on the homunculus. Maybe. We'll see if I get really fancy. I might do a long bomb charge to try and kill the Hexmark. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. End of the shooting phase. Well, I did battle shock them with the Crucible. However, you did pass battle shock there. So I only got 1 pain token from that. And then I didn't get any pain tokens back from my Chronos, sadly. I did kill the Monolith with the Talus, that Haywire being really handy against big, tough vehicles.
Lots of heavy lifting from those Talus.
That's right. And now that Talus is permanently got a pain token on it, which is kind of cool. Like as soon as they kill something, they have a pain token for the rest of the game, which is really fun. I put 1 wound on Trajan with some precision shots. I put 1 wound on a Crypto Thrower with some flamers. My Dark Lances didn't really connect too much, and I only did 5 damage to the vault. However, now we go into the charge phase. I've done investigate signals in 3 corners, and engage on all fronts is another one. So I should get a 3-point, like a 3 corners engage, which is good. I couldn't really get into that corner over there unless I make this weird long charge and then get my homunculus into the back, which would be kind of cool actually. But with that, we're going to do some charging. I'm going to go ahead and charge, I think, the grotesques into here first, and then see what I do with them. They might just go into a vault. We'll see. Yeah, it'll be entertaining. We'll see what happens. And that's the end of my turn. I had to charge both the units into the beasts here to try to kill him. However, 1 did survive. He did live. That 1 Wraith lived. I did fail that 11-inch charge. It's about right. However, let's go to the scoreboard. I did get a couple of points this turn, and I got rid of the Monolith, which is a big deal on that flank, which really helps me out. Okay, so I get engaged on all fronts for 3 corners, so that is a 3 points, because I'm playing this on tactical. So I go up to 13 there. And for investigate signals, I did get 3 corners, which is 6 points, bringing me up to 19 secondary points. And I did kill something in my turn, bringing me up to 8 primary points. As we move into your turn, however, we get a command point each. You will get 4 points for holding at least 1 objective, bringing you up to 12 primaries. You've already killed something, which will add in at the end of your turn, because you killed my racks in the battle round. And we'll go for your cards.
Ooh, very good.
Which will be?
Secure no man's land.
Cool.
And no prisoners.
So kill stuff?
Kill stuff and take stuff.
And take 2 objectives in no man's land. Or a minimum of 1 in no man's land.
Fabulous.
Very doable. So let's dive into your turn. Whoops! It actually still goes up to 4, not to 2. So I gain a CP. John loses 1. That's just how it works. Okay, John, what's your plan?
Okay. So we're going to, right off the hop, Insane Bravery.
Yep.
We're going to run them over
well,
here.
they are no longer battle shocked.
Oh,
There's
well,
no insane bat. They revert to being normal because it's your turn now. So it only affects it during my turn.
Well, then I'm going to Insane Bravery my vault, so it doesn't have to.
Okay, so that's once per game. You're using it 1 command point, so you don't have to battle shock on your vault. You will owe me a battle shock on this guy here, but you're going to try and murder some stuff, and we'll come back after the moon phase.
Okay, cool. So what have we done? We fell back some wraiths. We moved up a Triarch Stalker. The Hexmark has also moved up, so we can kind of draw a line on here. The Vault moved up to pressure the objective. The Lich Guard are moving over so that we can stop this madness.
The Talos. And you got your reserves in. Even with delayed reserves, the plane decided to show up.
It was right on time.
Look at that. Exciting times. So let's go into the shooting phase and see what the Necrons can do. But this is a crucial, pivotal moment for the Necron forces.
Okay. So the Triarch Stalker and Hexmark in conjunction took away the Homunculus. The Doomsday or Doom Scythe
Murdered all the Talos, the
Killed-
big unit of 2, even with -1 to wound. Sustained D3. That was a lot of hits. It just like nuked my Talos instantly, just evaporated them. It's like,
but in retaliation, the Scourge refused to die.
this Scourge didn't die to the seismic assault, but then the Tesla just nuked that unit of Scourge. So I did lose 5 like Scourge, and 1 unit is lowered in its value. However, losing 1 whole unit of Talos, yeah, that's pretty big. However, that did mean you didn't really touch Urien and his unit over here. So, you know, it's an interesting game. There's a lot of stuff happening all over the board here. Very, very fun. But now you're going to the charge phase. Let's see what you can do. Keeping things exciting, the Lich Guard did make that charge over here. This could have charged the Venom, but by doing so would have had to charge the Grotesques to kind of do a little weird combo charge. And he didn't want John, you did not want me to get free attacks on you.
No, thank you.
Just staying on there. Let's go to the scoreboard. But you get Kill more again this turn. Of course, that's a big deal. So as it stands, Kill more, you go up to 20 primary points. Just really running that home, eh? Just because I'm using an MSU build. So for kills, you did kill the Talos, and you killed
a Scourge unit.
1 Scourge. So that's 2 of those. You get 4 points there. You get 5 points for secure no man's land. So that's 9 points. Bringing you up to 14 secondary points. Wow, this is definitely being a very interesting game. This mission really helping the Necron, like, low number of units in this mission against an MSU build. So that's a big deal. You have 2 CP to my 0. I'm going to put my Mandrakes up in the sky. And then we go back. Turn 3, you get 3. I get 1. I do hold at least 1 objective, so that does bring me up to 12 here, which is nice, keeping that nice and spicy. And then we go on to cards. So, secure no man's land. The same one you control 2 more objectives, no man's land, and 1 in my deployment zone. And, oh, thank goodness. 3 points! I love it. And that's why I love Mandrakes, folks, because they're so good. Because John had to commit most of his army up, and that just left a big hole in his backfield. And my Mandrakes are going to come down and get me 3 points. Very exciting. Okay, so with that, I think the plan here, I do owe you a battle shock test on these guys, because they did take they are battle shocked. Oh no, poor little guys. But essentially, I'm going to try and drop John to a 0 on primary here. So that's the main thing. I'm going to try kill that Doomsday Ark, potentially the Stalker, as much as possible. Maybe do some damage to this thing, but, you know, to be honest, it is just really annoying. Urien does bring 3 racks back, which is awesome. So the 2 that died last turn are just going to pop back up. And I'm going to go and hunt, I think, some Wraiths, and then we've got some Kabalite Warriors and a whole bunch of stuff. But this is definitely getting spicy, and I love it. End of the movement phase. So, of course, Mandrakes were able to just scoot back down here. That was definitely, John hasn't played in a while, mistake. But I'm totally taking advantage of it to get my points. Over here, though, we have Scourge and these Scourge. I decided to, instead of going for the plane, I've got enough stuff on here that I can potentially really cripple this. So I'm going to try. I was able to get 2 Grotesques onto here to essentially take the middle. I'm contesting that objective there, and I did fall back so I don't kill any of the Lich Guard accidentally, and then allow you to reanimate a Lich Guard onto the objective to take it. And then I've got Urien and his Grotesque moving up the side. You know, it was one of the things about playing against Necrons, especially when they have Lich Guard breaks or things like that. You want to kill all the stuff that supports the rest of the army. So in this case, like I killed the little stuff. The Monolith. Well, I've just killed the Monolith. I've killed one thing. Okay. That's because John's list is just madness, is what it is. Now I have a single pain token, and that pain token is going to go on this unit of Scourge because it is the largest unit of Scourge. However, yes, as soon as you put a pain token down, you roll. On a 4+, I get another one. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on that unit of Scourge.
Oh my goodness.
On a 4+, I get another one. Yes. So I'm put it on that unit of Mandrakes. On a 4+, I get another one. Yes, I'm going to put it on this unit of Mandrakes. On a 4+, I get one more. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love this. This is great. I'm going to put it on this Dark Clouds. And that's too far from the... So 1 pain token gave me 1, 2, 3, 4 more pain tokens. Yes, excellent. Good job, Kronos. Ding dong, the vault is dead. La 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 la, dancing, dancing, dancing. No. I actually got really lucky. This unit of Scourge got 3 hits in, 3 wounds in, and then John failed 3 out of 3 4-up saves, 4-up invols, and I killed it. After shooting it with like liquefiers, another one, this thing, both units of some mandrakes that did like 4 wounds on it as well. So I did shoot a lot at it as well. So it wasn't like just random. However, I got lucky. Then I did shoot at the plane with the other 2. However, I did not do any damage. So not a bad turn. Getting rid of the test factor is a big deal. That's a huge chunk of points for John. And now I'm going to go into charging. Essentially, I think I've got Grotesque charging into the Hex mark. And then I've got these charging into here as well. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so end of the charge phase. I charged into 2 Grotesques to get into here. I almost killed him. He has 1 wound remaining. I even put my pain token that I had left on there, but nope, didn't happen. And then over here, these Grotesques and all the racks did 0 damage into the toughness 6 race because they're toughness 6. And I didn't do any damage to them. Okay, moving on to greener postures. Let's go on to the score. Because of that charge, that was a mistake on my part. I rolled so well on their charge, I had to base him. That means it pulled me away from 3 inches from the objective. I should have just stayed on it. That means John is going to score primary, which is a big deal. And it stops me from holding 2 objectives in No Man's Land because I only contested that one instead of holding 2. So on the scoreboard, even though it was good, points-wise, I messed up. Okay, so points-wise, I do get 8 for capturing the outpost, which is a big deal. So that brings me up to 27 secondary points because that was a humongous point for me. And then secure No Man's Land, I only control 1, so I'll get 2 VP. So I do go up to 29 secondary points. I did kill a unit, so I go up to 16. Dead. Okay, there you go. However, we do go on to your turn. So you go up to 3, I go up to 2. You do hold 1 objective because I was unable. I messed that up. That should have been a 0 there. And you get 2 cards. Behind enemy lines and bring it down. So kill my vehicles and monsters to get points and get behind enemy lines.
Okay, cool. It looks like we've got to get back here somewhere.
Yep, past this line right here.
With something that isn't the plane.
Correct.
Looks like it's a job for
That's
this
right.
turn.
Looks for the teleporting Satan.
And I need to get rid of them.
The mandrakes must die. You owe me 1 battle shock test on your hex mark.
Battle shock.
Battle shock.
Good.
He is okay with a 9. Keeps it spicy. And then, of course, you got some reanimations. You got reanimation, which means a whole other Wraith is going to come back again. And but that, we move on to the turn. So we'll come back after and see what happens.
All right. So sweet and simple when you don't have big tanks. The little tank. The stalker moved over here to get rid of some mandrakes. The Wraiths got a Wraith back.
They did. Has 1 wound left.
The Lich Guard have staged their coup against that Talos for my Bring It Down.
Yep.
The plane has gotten line of sight on a couple of units here, and Mr. Teleporting Nonsense has now grabbed my behind enemy lines.
There you go. It's very exciting. He's also in range to shoot these little Scourge back here. Okay. And your Hex Mark decided to stay in combat too.
Just to hang out.
Pew, 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 pew. I love it. So with that, exciting times. Let's go into the shooting phase.
Okay. Not as much damage as Skari's. However, we whittled away a whole bunch of stuff. So we were not able to kill the Talos.
I made my 1 save from the Kronos. 6
Yep.
up against your Doomsday Ray.
But I did lightning gun some Scourge.
You killed 3 of them. However, we are counting these as like buildings, basically. So no line of sight there, and he's just out of range of those as well.
Yeah. No damage here from the little guns.
Nope.
Minor damage here from the pistols.
Yep.
3 racks died to
Mandrakes.
Mandrakes.
To the
And-
Flamer.
And then some 4 wounds on...
3 wounds. Onto one of the Grotesques.
Yeah, for my
He has
pistols.
1 left. Okay. And with that,
Charges.
it is time for charges. Yeah. Where are you going?
So we'll do here to here.
Oh, don't do it. Leave me alone. Yeah. I don't even know if that's possible to save. Did I save?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Is that a CP?
That's a CP.
Oh, he's CP re-rolling. No, leave my mandrakes alone.
This is a get off my lawn situation.
Nope, leave me alone. Yes!
Oh, no.
Do it again. Go, mandrakes, go. Okay, good job. They just literally survived by the skin of their teeth. That's only because I killed the ones that were close to make that charge, like a 5-inch charge.
This one here.
Just into the talus?
Yes.
Okay, they're just poor talus. You didn't like my talus very much, do you? No. Okay.
No. We're having a party.
Fantastic. And then we'll come back and see how it goes. So you spent 1 command point to give them +1 strength, +1 AP. I spent 1 command point from -1 to wound. 7 saves, but they're AP 3, right?
Yes.
So needing 6 ups. I've got 4 wounds left on that talus. And you still have 1 more crypto throw to attack there. So. Nice. Now it's down to 5s. Look at John's face. He takes 3. He has 1 left. Go, Talos, go!
Okay.
1 left.
Here we go.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s.
Yep. Oh, no, do it. Winning on 6s.
A 6.
Yes.
Nuts.
Yes, good job, little Talos. Yes. Okay, we'll come back. But that was really cool. That's massive. That's a big deal. End of the combat phase. So I get to attack you back there with 5 little attacks. Force and force. Ooh, 3 at AP2. Who are you putting them on?
Lich Guard.
Okay. These are 1 at 3 damage.
Feel
no pains. Oh, I'm fine. Sure. The slap fest of the century, folks. So I didn't kill you here. You passed 3 out of 3 saves. However, all your wraiths did not kill my grotesques, as I had 1 guy soak up 6 damage, which was awesome. And just 1 lived with 2 wounds, preventing you from killing anything this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a big deal. Let's go to the scoreboard, folks. Okay, so in terms of behind enemy lines, you do get 3 points for that. That's just a standard. I can't stop you. You get 7. You're up to 7 there. 17. Bring it down. You did not.
Get it.
Are you going to get rid of it or hold on to it?
Ooh.
That's a big brain. I'll let John think about it for a second. John is not going to get burned with the objective. He wants to get rid of it, and he will gain a command point. And with that, you did not get a kill.
Nope.
And I got kill more. How is that possible, folks? The one time in the game that comes into play. Awesome. I'll take it. Now we go on to turn number 4. Can you imagine? It's 4th turn already. And then I go up to 2, you up to 3. I do hold at least 1 objective. However, I don't hold more because I didn't kill your hex mark again. And I get all my mandrakes are going back into reserve again. And I will be getting bring it down.
Ooh.
And defend my stronghold. Oh, that's going to be hard to do. So I'm going to spend my once per game to get rid of defend stronghold and get storm hostile objective. Perfect. So I have to take an objective away from you. Good thing that one's yours still. Uri and Rakarth heals this grotesque up because he can heal something 3 wounds. So that grotesque is back up to full now. And I will use some battle shock tests. So battle shock on this guy. They are battle shocked. Welcome to battle shock land. Battle shock on them. They're fine. Battle shock on the unit of mandrakes in strategic reserve. I like using them. Like I think you're supposed to roll for them. So they're in battle shock. A battle shock test for that grotesque. He's fine. So just the mandrakes and the 1 unit of scourge. Oh, and the talus. The talus is actually really wounded as well, but he's okay. He's fine. Okay, fair enough. Let's go into my turn. My plan here. Take points here. Try kill that plane. That's it. and then just be annoying. Try and like tie up the Lich Guard basically. So we'll see what we can do with that. Like, yeah. Let's see what we can do. I don't have any pain tokens, so it is what it is. This becomes sticky now, which is nice for me. However, because of that Satan, I can't really hold that objective, which is why I got rid of defend my stronghold, which made sense to me, which is good because now I get basically 3 points on that one, which is awesome. Okay, turn time. As the movement phase ends, I decided to bring these Storm Hostile, bring it down. Yeah, so Storm Hostile, I just fell them back to hold here. You held off on your Overwatch because you want to Overwatch here, which you did here, but you only killed 1 guy.
Okay, lots of stuff happening. So the other unit of Scourge did move all the way back, and then this Venom moved up. They got into the Venom after sticking that objective. This can see with its little piddly tip over here as well. I'm basically putting as many guns as possible into this flyer. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. They fell back, so they can't really do anything else, which is fine. I'm going to have to ignore that hex mark, but I just really needed my points as much as possible. And then those grotesques are probably going to charge in. I'm abandoning my home objective, but that does force him to stick around. So if you do have something where he has to teleport somewhere else, like it gives you, it at least keeps some things alive. So I'm trying to just squeeze out as many points as I can, trying to get at least one kill. Because I can't. Apparently, wraiths are impossible to kill for Rex. That's just how that goes. And let's go into the shooting phase. Well, Mr. Doomside that lived with 2 wounds left, because I totally forgot he was battle shocked and I couldn't use a grenade stratagem on him. They should have moved up this way, which that's just my mistake. I wasn't paying attention, and that cost me. He's still alive with 2 wounds. However, I'm going to charge you. I'm going to charge you with my Kronos. Yep. I'm going to charge you with this Scourge. Boop. Just going to get in there. Let's go. And then the Talos, the Grotesques over here. Yeah. Good roll. Good roll there. Good job. And then they fell back, so they can't get in. So let's do some combats. End of the turn. Well, that was a turn, I tell you. I did lose my Talos. The Grotesque lost a few. I almost killed this, but not enough because I messed up on a Battle Shock unit. I did kill this down to 1, but you reanimated after I attacked. So 1 has come back. It's back and forth. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. However, I didn't kill a single thing. I didn't get my Bring It Down. I was really hoping to get that. I do get 5 for Storm Hostile Objective, bringing me up to 34 secondary points. But I did not kill anything, which does make me very sad. I am going to get rid of Bring It Down, however, and give myself a command point. Give me 2. As we go into your turn, you do hold a single point, so you go up to 28. You're definitely good on the primary. We each get a command point, and you draw 2 more cards as well.
Ooh, a tempting target.
I don't even know what that was on.
An area denial.
Okay. Make sure I don't have anything wholly within 6 inches of the center of the board, so you have to kill those 2 grotesques. And a tempting target, which will be, of course, the one in the far corner, where I've got mandrakes and a unit of Kabalites and a whole bunch of stuff. And that'll be your tempting target. You have to kill them to get your area denial as well. And I'm going to go back and see if my primary was right, because I don't think it was. I was on 20. Big deal here. The plane battle shocked, which means we have to see. I'm not sure if they fall back or they normal move. If he falls back, though, that means it's a desperate breakout test, which will be very good for me in that sense. The Hexmark did pass his battle shock test, which is very good. And now we go on to other stuff as well. What was that?
His reanimation. Oh,
yeah, okay. He gets to reanimate. So he gets 1 back. You did get 1 back over here. You healed a wound over there. Reanimation kind of coming in clutch with like different spots as well. So let's move into your turn there, John.
All right, that's it. Short and sweet. The Stalker moved up.
Yep.
To wean them.
We did find out flyers never fall back, so they never have to take desperate breakout tests. So he is battle shock, so no stratagems and stuff on him. However, he's also bracketed, so -1 to hit right now.
Yes.
Stayed in combat with them, because apparently that's the best tar pit in the world. That's awesome. And you teleported him to just take my home objective. Well, fine. You've already killed something, so unless I kill something of yours in your turn, you're already getting kill more. That's 8 more primary points. I'm good. It's like I can't really challenge you on that at all. Especially with my MSU list. So this is definitely a very hard mission when you're playing MSU. But I like that it's in the game because it really balances out multiple small unit style lists with lots of little things everywhere versus like a more elite. I've got less but bigger, tougher units, especially Necrons, which is awesome. So with that, let's dive into the shooting phase. End of the shooting phase as we start getting towards the end of the game here. He framed this and killed the Raider. So that Doomside has been doing money. This Transcendence Baton just looked at my Kronos and exploded it. Just lightninged it to death. And then I did put the -1 to wound on the Grotesques to save them, to stop you from getting area denial. And I did overwatch you here with Flamers and did 1 wound. Almost got that kill. But now, we're on to the charge phase. You're going to give up your objective to try get your area denial because you need those points.
Need them.
Okay.
All right. Need a 9.
That's right. You do have 1 command point if you want to re-roll it.
I will re-roll it.
Ooh, there we go. Big money, big money. Here we go. Yahtzee on a 9. Or I guess it's not really a Yahtzee. Yeah. There you go. That's a 9. Here he comes. Stomp it, stomp it, stomp it, stomp it, stomp it. I love it. And with that, we go into the combat phase. End of the turn. And that 1 grotesque lived with 2 wounds left. I did spend my last CP to -1 to wound, which didn't actually matter, but it was good to try. I didn't kill any of these things. Apparently, anti-infantry attacks do nothing into beasts that are toughness 6. And you did kill the grotesque over there. That lived. So that's a big deal because it stops you from scoring any of your secondaries this turn, John. But you did get kill more, so that's a big deal. So let's go to the scoreboard. So as you go, you don't get any secondaries. Do you want to hold on to them or get rid of them?
I'll get rid of the tempting target, but I'm going to hold an area denial.
Okay, hold on to area denial. You do get a command point for that, and we go into the last turn of the game, where I get a command point, you get a command point. You go up to 36 primary points because you were able to kill more. Oof, you've been murdering on those primaries, but I've been holding on the secondary front with only 1 more turn to go. So I do hold at least 1 objective, but I don't hold more than you. And we have 2 more cards to draw. I have 6 possible points that I can score from that. So I've got kill units on objectives. And yes, perfect. As my mandrakes come in and out, that's an easy 5 points. As for overwhelming force, I might be able to kill 1 thing on an objective. Let's see if we can do it. Now, of course, you get your extra command point as well. Let's do some battle shock tests. I do owe you battle shock on that grotesque. He is fine with a 6. That is also fine with a 7. The unit of mandrakes that has taken some damage, they are okay as well. So nobody is battle shocked. They're off the board. All of my little guys are off the table. And of course, I basically am hamstrung because of the primary. I have to try and kill something. I have to try and get either kill more or prevent kills, which is going to be very hard for me to do because I literally have that. That's going to be 5 points if he dies. However, I kind of need you to shoot him. So I'm probably going to do some weird drop down. He's going to fall back. I'm just going to fall him back here. Potentially, hopefully, get you to overwatch him, which would be great. But then that's a CP. I get my teleport homers. I have to kill 1 thing. Even if reanimates, it counts as a kill. So I will get my full primary and 4 more for secondary. So this is going to be a really tight game. And I love it because John hasn't played in a while. So it's really cool that his weird, wacky Necron list is doing so well, thanks to the mission and some of the cool unit choices that he's taken. So let's see what we do in the last battle round. Hold tight because it's going to get intense. Well, that's it for my movement. I'm going to try and take out at least 1 kill, 2 kills potentially, and then hold the line. I have 1 command point left. Let's see what we can do here. So we're going to go ahead and do that Dark Lance into here on 4s because they're not stealth. And on 3s. That is 1 5-up save on him. If he fails, he dies. He will die.
No.
Does he explode? He does not. Dead. Okay, that's what I needed last turn. Excellent, excellent. That gives me a pain token, which is a big deal. And now we do some shooting. So we're going to do 3 of these little mandrakes into your lone guy over there. And with the other 3, we'll come right back. And with that is the end of my turn. I was able to kill the Hexmark. You decided to keep him dead, which is fine. Because if you would have spent the CP, I would have just shot him with the venom anyway. So it didn't really, he was pretty much dead almost regardless. Over here, we do have to do this fight. But in terms of scoring, I've done as much as I can do this turn. That combat did nothing. Onto the scoreboard. So at the end of the turn, I will go up to my 40 maximum because I get 40 maximum. There's no more that I can do. And I did kill. So I killed 2 things. Does bring me up to 28 with 2 things that I killed. And that is all she wrote. You get a command point. I get a command point. As we move into battle round number 5, you do hold... what's the OC on that little guy?
The OC on the stalker is 4.
So you're actually just... Oh, no, you hold at the end. So you're going to get 8 for holding at the end, no matter what, because of that, even though he doesn't. So you're going to go up to 44 points there. And then you've got area denial to do plus one more card, and you can still redraw. Defend your strongholds. You have to put something on your home objective, but that would be just 3 points if you can pull it off. So now he's going to keep them. So Lich Guard moving up. This is going to stay here because you hold that objective regardless of what happens, but you're going to basically charge off. Because of Trajan the Infinite, that's sticky. So you'll get that, and then he's going to teleport over here. So it's really just kill more. And if you can pull that off, then you'll get some points. Okay, so real quick, let's go through this.
Alrighty, so we're going to shoot the Melt-A-Gun in there.
Okay, it is stealth.
Oh, okay. Hitting on 4s.
Okay. Ooh, miss.
You know what? I will CP reroll one of them.
Okay. Trying to get that Melt-A-Gun in there. One reroll. Does he hit it? He does. Does he wound?
Needing a 3.
Strength 8.
Strength 9.
Strength 9. Needing a 3. He does.
That's
AP 4 at least.
AP 4.
6 up. Nope, it goes through. Minimum 3.
Melt a 4.
Yeah, okay, so minimum 5. Damn, that's big. Does he explode? Nope, you did get a kill. Very nice. Okay, so the Satan did kill those mandrakes. Dead. And then, of course, the Lich Guard made an 11-inch charge to get in as well as him. That killed that grotesque over there. Let's go over to the final score where you do hold 3. That's hold more and kill more. Woo, spicy. So you go up to 50 here because there's nothing else we could do about that. There's just 50. That's it. Done and done. And then over here, you will get 8 points. So that goes up to 25 in total. Very, very tight, close game. And by 7 points, it is a Necron victory. Yeah, that's right. Good job. Good mission to be playing against MSU. But with that, very crazy. Let's go to a post-game report. And here we are at the Tabletop Forge, where I get to film every Monday. So if you want to come and film with me, send me an email. And I'm scheduling into November. So make sure you check that out. November, October, January. If you want to come play with me, let me know. Here at the Tabletop Forge. And here we go. There we go. So John, did you enjoy the game?
I had a blast. What a great way to knock off some of the rust to get back into the swing of things.
That's exactly right. It's usually how that works.
That's right.
Very close game. And I cannot wait to show you guys more stuff. So John, do you still do streams every Sunday?
We still do streams every Sunday, but keep posted. Our Thursday streams will be moving to Wednesdays in November.
That's right.
A lot of big November coming up there, Skari.
It's going to be exciting. Of course, a huge shout out to all of you who watched the videos. I hope you enjoyed and you learned some stuff. Let me know what you learned in the comments down below from this battle report, because we try and teach you some little things here and there. It's a very close, very tight game. Let me know what your favorite part was. My favorite part was forgetting that a battle shot unit couldn't use a strat, which cost me a bunch of points. Other than that, what about yours?
My favorite part was when my flyer I'd never used before picked up 2 Talos.
Yeah, that was pretty beefy. Not bad. Other than that, thanks for watching. Of course, a huge shout out to the channel Patreons. The Denizen community is how I build content or make content. So if you'd like to support the channel, go to the Patreon page, support the channel. It's up to you. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll catch you on the next video. The Dark Kin. Bye, everybody.